All right, cheers. Welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are once again going to take a look at Taimen. It's been over a year, I was looking back, since I fished for Taimen here on this map in Fishing Planet. So, of course, we're at the Taimen Island on this, I don't know how to say this, Selenge River. It's in Mongolia, I believe. And I've just been looking around at the different activities, different places we can fish in trying to press towards level 54. 54 is a big deal in Fishing Planet because of Blue Crab Island, the Mississippi map. And a lot of folks do a lot of grinding for money and levels once you get to that map. But you can't go there till 54, of course, without the Pond Pass or DLC pack or whatever. But I think that from what I am understanding and a little bit of research I've done and in the little bit of experience I have over the years, your best two options may be Taimen here in Mongolia or carp in Weeping Willows. So I just recently did a video fishing for carp at Weeping Willows, so now I thought I would take a look at Taimen Island. One thing I haven't taken the plunge on, but it is tempting. I just don't know that I want to do it. I guess if I ever have a video where I'm fishing out of this boat, you'll know that I did it. $40 is just something I don't want to spend right now on Fishing Planet, but especially with the new sea map coming. But it is tempting to have the one boat in the game, at least that's my understanding, is in this pack that has two rod holders. And I think that Taimen might be an example, or fishing at this location might be an example when it would be interesting to have a couple of those bottom feeders set up in your rod holder while you are fishing for Taimen. So anyway, that might make this even better. All right, let's go ahead and get in the boat here. And I'll go ahead and show you the setup we're going to be using here. I do think that, unfortunately, you are going to be limited by how much, the strength of your gear. And let me go ahead and I need to stop here. I need to remember what we have going on here. Let's see. Let me just look at our marks. I've got all these different marks over here. Again, a lot of this is from like a year ago. Some of it I set up today because I was looking around at other people's marks as well. Okay, so that's the first mark we're coming up on. There's where I used to park, actually, yeah, that was today. I set that up for parking the boat. So the interesting thing is, using the mouse lure, last time I did this video, we caught the unique Taimen here, but a lot of people are recommending you go a little bit past that spot and then fish. So I also caught a unique there, and then that is another known spot for unique. So I guess for now we will ride up a little further to start off with. And I'm actually going to anchor down again, at least to start off with. And we'll just see how this goes. We'll see how this feels. So this is the setup I'm using, and this is what I'm talking about. Fluorocarbon line is less than ideal. Like, I think we want to be using braided right now. I also have a fluorocarbon leader on there, but so we'll see. This might get bit off. This might be a disaster. I have no idea what's coming here. I think in the video I did, like, again, over a year ago, I probably didn't have this gear in particular. This is about as strong as I can get, though. 36. I don't think I have access currently to 36 kilo braided line. Strongest I could go is 25, at least in the local store, but I think that's also true of in the big store. I just can't get up to the power that I want to be at on braided line right now because of the level I'm at. And the other setup I brought takes us down. I do have braid, although again we're using fluorocarbon leader. I'm not sure if that's right. Here's titanium leader though. We could throw that on and it would be very close, a little, not quite as much strength. So it just depends on what level or what strength gear you have access to. Lure wise, I've brought with me several things. The mouse lures work. A lot of the spoons work, and then of course the purple narrow spoon is often the hero in these kind of situations. So we'll see how it goes. But let's get fishing, and we'll just kind of cast it down over here. Doesn't seem like these Taimen require a specific spot really.
We're making a big change to...
Sorry, I wanted to check something really quick. All right, so we're going to do level 2 retrieval. I just want to check and see. I'm second guessing myself. This 28 gram narrow spoon, do they make a larger narrow spoon? I don't know. That's probably the right one. I'm just not sure. And you can tell we did not get this cast very far, did we? I'm just noticing how quickly it is retrieving. In fact, it's already like under the boat. So that could be a weight issue. Let me see something really quick. What I really wanted to try, or part of what I wanted to try, was actually fishing for these at night. Because if you could go night to night, that would definitely be ideal. I think the 28 gram is correct because it's got the 4.0 hook. So the max cast we can do is kind of like that. All right, let's see if we can get something to bite here. I forgot you've got a little fish finder up here on the front with you when you're in trolling position. That is pretty cool. We'll see if we can cast a lot farther on this other setup. I mean, I don't know about a lot farther, but we can cast farther. It's just a weaker setup though. Of course, we caught one on our weaker setup. We don't want to snap it, but I'm trying to put all the strength we can. So this will be interesting to see. Is this a trophy or is this just a normal Taimen? Just a normal. Good money. 680 XP. All right, can we do this on this rod and have a little bit more strength to play with? That is a question. We did catch that Taimen fairly close to the boat. That's a little bit encouraging. The fact that we're not casting quite as far on this setup. There it is. Yeah, a little more comfortable on this setup for sure. Still not a trophy. 2000 silver, 730 XP. That's without premium. All right. So this is how 28 grams. Let's try one of these big jigging spoons. Yeah, we can cast it a good bit further. I'm just wondering if now the bite rate might be a little slower, but it's a little bigger lure. Maybe we end up with a chance at a little bigger Taimen. I don't know. Would not be surprised if this is just not quite as good a bite rate as those narrow spoons. But I would like to see it at least catch one. Although in Fishing Planet, 2 casts in a row, it's kind of like, okay, that might be a sign. Let's try the other color real quick before we give up on these. Now, once again, 36 gram mouse is what we used back in the day. I guess we ought to at least try that, right? Yeah. I think it's still going to be 2 retrieval speed, and I think it's going to be constant. But I don't know, I'm not getting any kind of notification. Let's try 1 retrieval speed constant. Come on now, we got to figure this out. If I used to be able to catch uniques like this, there's no way it would be some sort of start and stop, right? It doesn't change what the, we're not still getting no sort of indication on retrieval. I just think that looks really lifeless. I'm not saying it doesn't work, maybe it does, but it just looks lifeless to me. The graphics of using this lure. All right, let's check something. Let's see, this would have been
This is the Vanish holster right here.
okay. It looks like we've got it on 1 speed and we're right clicking to walk it. What rod are we using there? I'll look in just a second. Still 1 speed, still going to be walking it. Oh, it hit it quick there. All right, this is the Thetis. Okay, so we've got, yeah, a good bit less power. It's more like 24 kilos there. All right. So, yeah, I want to try some stuff now that I've seen that. First of all, do we get walking by just doing this? Which is silly. You should. Especially with shift reeling. All right, so that doesn't work. Do you get walking on 2 speed? Yes. Okay, now that looks a lot less lifeless. The mouse lure is kind of moving all over the place. There we go. Did we get it? That's so weird. That's a weird animation, isn't it? Wasn't that a weird animation? Kind of looked like it was going to spit it out on me or something. All right, there's a trophy Taimen. So 26, over 1,000 XP. So we're up to 6,600 silver. I think that it's pretty clear to me that the carp is going to be much better silver. Now XP, I'm not as sure. That could be a little closer. I'd have to go back and look. You can go and see the last video I did on carp fishing and probably get a good idea. So now the question with this mouse, is it actually better to do the 2 speed, try to get that quick bite, Or is it better to do the 1-speed? We still haven't had a unique, so I think we're still okay fishing here, even though we've been fishing here for a bit. We don't have to move spots yet. I don't know how to get the 3-star walking. Oh, I thought a fish was about to pop out and hit that. All right. After seeing the way that looked graphically, I'm a little nervous about not noticing. Like, I think you really want to be zoomed in on it when the fish hits the mouse, because just the way it looks, it's just easy to miss out on that. By the way, so many of our fish are actually hitting right here at the boat. I do think if one thing I would try if I was going to stay here for a while is backing the boat up some. All right, do we want to try, let's see, it's not nighttime. These 42-gram spoons could be interesting. I don't know. The narrow spoon is so good usually that I'm curious if it's worth trying this or not. I really wonder if we would have a better bite rate on the smaller setup. So we know the narrow spoon works, but one thing I want to see is, can we do twitching instead of stop and go and still get a fish? Because how chill would that be if we could do twitching? I just don't know that I've ever caught one of these on anything other than stop and go. Except for the walking mouse, I guess. Let's try one more time. If we don't get one here, we'll go immediately back to stop and go and see if we get one that way. So with twitching, we can hold right mouse button down and we can just do a little pause in between, which means you're not going to miss the bite because you're already holding the right mouse button down. It's just like a chill way to do this. Actually, something I kind of want to do is I kind of want to try twitching on the other setup. I just want to confirm that the other setup isn't somehow getting a better bite rate using the slightly smaller braided line versus this fluorocarbon line, which wouldn't really make sense, but I don't know Fishing Planet that well, so there could be some like weird things going on. Okay, I really think stopping goes where it's at. And I'm hoping we can get one more in this spot, but we need to go try a different spot, I guess. Even though we still haven't seen the unique here. I've definitely caught uniques here before, obviously. So I know this is a unique possible spot. Now this is interesting. Let's see how well this works. At least we do have the trolling motor out now in terms of if we get into a bigger fish on the smaller setup, we can probably get it in eventually. Yeah, I'm not feeling it right now for some reason. All right, just this is like the Hail Mary. Just before we leave, let's try the slug. I was seeing somebody online, like I think it was on, I don't know, it was one of the forums. They were talking about using this slug to fish for Taimen. That thing really sank to the bottom though. That's interesting. Oh, dang it. All right, hold on. Notice the only bites we've gotten on Taimen are either right where it drops or close to the boat. Now, I don't know if we can make this work, but if you could make this work, we actually have a barbless jig head on, which is kind of cool. Maybe we should try this on the smaller setup, actually. I wonder if this is less likely to get uniques anyway. It might just be a way to farm if we get a faster bite rate going. It would have been also interesting to bring the equipment to turn this into like a Texas rig or something. What is my line weight? 16 grams. Yeah, we should be fine. It just doesn't feel like, for whatever reason. Oh, lure weight 24 to 90 grams. Yeah, we're fine. 24, huh? This is barely there. All right, what if we... What's the largest titanium leader we have? 25 kilo. This is 31, this is 32. I mean, we would just have to take the, we'd have to take the anchor up because we would be chasing. This jig head sinks no matter how fast I'm reeling. I guess I could put it on 3-speed and maybe keep it off the bottom a little bit better. I don't know. Actually, I'm tempted to try that one time, 3-speed. Could also try to do that weird lift and drop thing, but that is weird. Yeah, it's strange. All right, so let's head out. Let's go try the next spot. Oh yeah, there's actually, now we want to go way down there, but first let's go, yeah, let's go up to there. I think I'll remember the way. Alright, is this actually it? Yee, this might actually be it. I think this is it. Alright. Whew, that's perfect. There we go. It's good to get back on the Taimen. Look at that thing trying to go to the shore. This is just a regular, it's not a trophy, I don't think. Siberian Taimen. Okay, so where are we right here? This mark is gonna be 297, 320. We are just up here at the top of the map, top of the river. From the spot we were at, as you saw, we just kind of turned around and then just followed the river up to this bend. Oh yeah, we'll check what the weather, everything's looking like here in a second. Let's just see if we can go 2 in a row here. I just wasn't paying attention for a second. That's all it takes. This is why twitching would be nice. All right, what was I going to look at? Weather. Yeah, so we're right in the good spot of the time, good part of the day. I mean, I am curious about nighttime fishing for these guys. I think nighttime might be good. I don't know if it's like better necessarily, but with the way skipping time works in Fishing Planet, if it's good, it would be worth looking into. Although I have not gotten dialed into the point where we're in any danger of filling up our net in any sort of time that would make it where we couldn't skip to the next day. Okay, let's try one more. All right, so just out of curiosity, let's see what this is like at night. We know we can catch them in the daytime, but for me at least right now, it's a little slow. Could have to do with the line leader we're using. I'm not convinced that that is or isn't the reason. It certainly could be. That was weird. I could tell in advance that we were about to get hit there. All right, this might be a trophy. This is a little bit bigger. In fact, this could even be the unique. Do not want to snap our line here. Oh, he's just hanging out on the shore over there. No problem. We are doing that friction break dance. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, it was just a trophy. Big trophy, though. Getting up there in size there on that trophy. 3,100 and 1,300 silver. Sorry, XP. 1,300 XP. So there's trophy, not unique. We're now up to 11,000. Nowhere near the 50 plus thousand we quickly accrued in carp, but at least it is something different. If you get tired of carp fishing, we're still making good progress, making some money, but I would say this might be more about the XP, that the potential XP you can get here. The problem with this in comparison to carp is I feel like you really need like really good gear to do this fishing. So according to what level you are, or if you've ever gotten a DLC that came with like a advanced casting setup, this may just be a bit of an ask. I like how he ends up over there on the island sometimes, and that sort of speeds up the process here of getting him in. So this is definitely not a trophy, just sort of a regular guy. But still pretty good money, not as good XP, but still pretty good money. So I'm starting to feel the nighttime fishing on these. We've just been getting much quicker bites. I don't know why I have it on 3 speed though. I guess we got a little excited on that last one. All right, so let's see if we can go check out another spot. No. It's weird that it doesn't let me see the map. I mean, I know it's like on the other side of the map, so we can just start heading down that way, but I think it's weird that we can't pull up the map on a bigger screen when we're driving, or even have the boat engine on or whatever. I don't know the best way to get there. Let's see. Alright, it should be down. I could be really turned around here, but if I remember correctly, it is down this way. Okay. See if we can find a Taimen here. Yet another spot. And our endless search for more Taimen. For what it's worth, this marker is 452, minus 452, minus 268. Just in this general area. This is another place that's known to have some Taimen activity. I think those first two spots are probably the best overall, but there are times when you just want to rotate spots, so it's nice to have additional options as you strive to feel that keep net to get the most bang for your buck in a day. Just want to get slightly closer so maybe we can cast just past the marker. Don't like missing bites. I know I don't play this game enough to like have the muscle memory that some of you probably have, but even still it drives me a little bonkers to miss bites like that. I guess we could also try the squirrel at one of these night spots just for fun. Deal with the top water challenges. All right, let's just do, we won't waste a lot of time, but let's just do one cast with this just to see. We'll go back to 1 speed. Let's do one cast at 2 speed and then one cast at 1 speed. In my previous video, we were always using 1 speed. I think it just looks better, but it does happen quick, so I don't know if that's the problem. That cast just wasn't as far as I wanted it to be, but... Thought I saw something coming out of the depths, but maybe not. There we go. What happened? Why did it spit it out? We just can't cast this very far. Did I do it too soon? I don't know what happened there. I don't really think there is too soon. It's just, to me, it seems like with the top water, there's like a delay between the graphical, what you see, versus what actually is happening. All right. Let's try one more narrow spoon cast, and then we'll go to the final spot. Final attempt we'll make. Oh, I think I've fished over there before too, but I was going to try over here. Yeah, so Taimen there, and also, oh, this was a grayling. Interesting. Okay, we'll ignore that one then. We're not on a grayling hunt right now. With as infrequent as the bite rate is at times, I'm still not convinced that twitching wouldn't work. But I also don't want to waste time doing something that may not work as well as stop and go. If any of you all fish for Taimen with twitching, let me know. It definitely feels to me, though, that based on my recent experience, if you have the gear for it or want to invest in the carp gear, seems like that's the better grind. Especially on those sunny days. Okay. So there are the spots. We're still, of course, Taimen Island is where you start from. We're still in the, I mean, one thing that's happening, by the way, with the bite rate is, you know, we're coming off of the peak time now. And we're testing evening. So, I mean, I would still try those spots. Those spots can be good, but these first two spots I do think are the best if you're just looking for the best spot. But you want to rotate spots, it seems to me, when fishing for these. So, I don't know. I'm trying to end on a Taimen here if we can catch one more. Cute little mouse. Okay. I guess that will do it. So, yeah, I mean, we caught some Taimen, but I am not impressed. A year later, trying this again, not impressed. Now, could have been user error. I'm sure there's been a lot of user errors. It also could be gear related. I don't know how important that, you know, braid line, how important that braided line would be. I forgot you could spin fish without a leader. That's how confused I get about some of the ins and outs of Fishing Planet. So now it's just a one-for-one thing. We're not using a leader anymore, so we're just using that fluorocarbon line. This versus our other setup has the braided line on there. Where was it in our leveling series? We ended up using fluorocarbon line for spin fishing. I think it was Colorado maybe. With the trout, it seemed really important there. I would imagine it's not important here. Ooh, okay. Is this just a coincidence or? Oh, right. When we don't have, oh gosh, almost snapped it. We don't have the anchor down, the fish like sort of just pulls us around. Interesting. We immediately catch a trophy when we took the leader off. Okay, what's going on here? Is this whole thing a mistake because we didn't use leader, because we were using leaders? That doesn't make sense, does it? This is not a trophy, obviously. It's just a regular one. I just don't know. I cannot believe this is happening. Well, now we have the potential of just a completely different experience. Unless this is all just a big weird coincidence. Nope. I mean, obviously we're not going to catch them 100% of the time, but this is totally different. Now that we've taken the leader off. Which, again, I don't know why that's the case. The magic of Fishing Planet, I guess. Which means we should try twitching again, right? the only night spoon I have. So, you know, I don't know if it's the right color or whatever, but again, worth trying lots of different things to figure out what works the best. But we know that that purple narrow spoon that's been working so well does work at night in other situations. So it makes sense that that would be a good option here. I don't know if I'm right on this, but I seem to remember it's maybe that the mouse lure actually is a better option when it's sunny and daytime. The narrow spoon might be the go-to for nighttime. And maybe we've just drifted out of prime time fishing. That could also be what happened. All right, let's switch to the other rod real quick. This is the first time we've used this other rod since we, ooh yeah, see, we're out of prime time. That's gonna be the major difference right now. This is the first time we've used this rod since we took the leader off of this one. Which out of prime time means it's going to be a lot harder to catch fish. Not impossible. You'll still see them occasionally, but we're going to have a much different bite rate. Shoot. Oh my goodness, perfect. Oh yeah, that's pulling us. He's pulling us like a champ. Where was it? I think it was in the Congo. I remember fishing for those really big fish and like sometimes just going for a crazy long ride. So this is our smaller setup and you can just feel it. Hopefully we get this fish in because I'm really curious. Is this just a trophy? Or did we finally hit the unique? Oh. I'm gonna pop it if I'm not careful. Yeah, that's a nice size. I think we finally hit the unique. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, it's too bad. Thought he was gonna stay up on that shore for a little bit longer. We definitely have him a little closer, though. If he keeps dancing up on the shore, we'll get there. This is not going to be easy to finish here, it looks like. This starts to feel like one of the situations where we don't really have any control over this situation. Yeah, just stay up there. No, 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 no. Yeah. We sort of cheesed it though, didn't we? We don't really want to catch the unique on that setup. So now that's, you know, that's worth looking at. 3100 XP, 5500 silver. So we got the unique, but we caught it on the setup that has 31.5. So you saw how hard that was to get in on 31.5. Our main setup we've been using takes us to 36, but that's because we're using fluorocarbon line that I don't even remember how we got it, probably from some DLC that was on sale or something. We're just not able to get at whatever level we are, 53. We're not able to purchase braided line that's quite strong enough. So anyway, but we did finally get the unique. I would be willing to, now that I've learned a little bit, gotten into a little bit of a rhythm, I would be willing to try this again without the leaders and just see if it's, it seemed like the bite rate picked up dramatically without the leader. And that's what led to the unique. I'd kind of like to go through all the spots again without a leader on the primary setup to see if we can hit a couple of uniques throughout the day. That would be pretty good. You know, you start to figure out like how many days would it take to get to 54. 54 is important because of Mississippi, the Blue Island stuff, which, you know, just adds, which just gives you another option of a really good grind that's available. So anyway, thanks for being patient. We finally sort of started to pick up things towards the end here. But yeah, it was weird getting there. All right. Thanks for watching. Tight lines, everybody.